Number 1 says find a common denominator for 1/2 and 1/3 and then solve the problems. So to find a common denominator, we have to list our multiples. So if we count by 2s, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then if we count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12. So if you look here, we have a 6 here and a 6 here. So our common denominator is going to be 6. So if I want to change 1/2 into 6, 2 times 3 is 6. So whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. Therefore, 1 times 3 is 3. To get from 1/3 to 6, I do 3 times 2. So again, what I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. 1 times 2 is 2. So now it wants us to add 1/2 and 1/3, which again we know 1/2 is 3/6 and 1/3 is 2/6. So therefore our answer is 5/6. Remember, we can't add 1/2 and 1/3, we have to use that common denominator. So again, to subtract, we have 1/2 minus 1/3. Since they are different denominators, we have to use our common. So again, 3/6 minus 2/6. Our denominator stays the same. 3 minus 2 is 1. So our answer is 1/6. Number 2 says, on average, hair grows about 1.25 centimeters per month. Fingernails grow about 0.3 centimeters per month. About how much more does hair grow in a month than fingernails? So to estimate, I know 1.25 minus 0.3 would be about 1. So we'll say about 1 centimeter. And then it wants us to actually solve. And remember, since it says how much more, we know we're subtracting. So we have 1 and 25 hundredths minus 3/10. And again, the most important thing is just to line up your decimals. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 3 we can't do, so we have to borrow from the 1. Now we have 12 minus 3, which is 9. Move our decimal point down. Our answer is about 95 hundredths of a centimeter more per month. Number 3 says, are the expressions below equal to 57 and 26 thousandths? Fill in the answers yes or no for each expression. So if we look here, we have 5/10, which is equal to 50, so that's right. 7 ones, 0 tenths, 2 hundredths, and 6 thousandths. So A is correct. B, we have 50 plus 7 plus 2 tenths. If we look here, we do not have 2 tenths, so B is not correct. C, we have 5 times 10, which is correct. 7 times 1, 2 times 100th, and 6 times 1,000. That is also correct. Number 4 says round each decimal to the nearest tenth. So our first one, we have 0 and 79 hundredths. So our tenth is the 7. We look to the right, it's a 9. So we know we have to round up. So we would round up to 8. Next one, we have 3 and 12 hundredths. So again, we look at our tenths, which is a 1. We look to the right, which is a 2. So we round down. So our answer is 3 and 1/10. 813 and 47 hundredths. The 4 is in our tenths place, so we look to the right, which means we round up since it's a 7. So we have 813, and we round our 4 tenths up to 5 tenths. And the last one, we have 6 and 5 hundredths, so we have a 0 in our tenths place. We look to the right, since it's a 5, we round up, so we round our 0 tenths up to 1 tenth. Number 5 says, Ellis wants to finish the last 89 pages of his book in 3 hours. If he reads at the same speed the whole time, how many pages must he read an hour? Report your answer as a mixed number. So if we look at our number model, we know we have to do 89 divided by 3. If we want to write that as a fraction, we would have to do 89 thirds. So now we have to actually divide. So we have 89 and 3. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract is 2. Bring down the 9. 3 goes into 29. 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. Subtract, we have 2. So if you look now, we know that they have to read 29 pages with 2 left over. So since we know there's 29, we have a remainder of 2. We can divide that 2 by 3 hours and get our mixed number. So our answer is 29 2/3 of a page each hour. Number 6 says estimate and then solve. So if I were going to estimate, I would say 912 times 100. So my estimate is going to be about, we'll say, 91,200. So now to actually solve, we look at our ones place first. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And 7 times 9 is 63. Then we have to put our 0 down since we're moving to the tens place. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then 9 times 8 is 72. Add them together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. And then 7 plus 0 is 7. So our answer is 79,344.